What is going on, Rockies fans, and welcome into the Rockies Now podcast, your home for Colorado Rockies news, analysis, and conversations. I'm Stephen Cross alongside with Tom Delaplane, Sarah Rogers, and of course, Adam Ramirez. Whether you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or watching us on YouTube and X, we're glad you're here. If you enjoyed Rockies coverage that's thoughtful, honest, and built for real fans, make sure you're subscribed. And don't forget to follow Rockies Now on social media for daily updates. We finally have everybody in the house today. Adam, good to see you. Of course, we're Tom alluded to it. We have Rockies Broncos here if you're watching on YouTube and X. But Adam, good to see you, man.
You guys too. I'm glad to finally be on the full panel here with Sarah, and I don't want our Rockies followers to forget about me, and so I wanted to pop in and say hello today.
Tom, how are you doing?
Not bad. I mean, even though, it's going to get very, very chilly here tonight in Chicago, it's going to be below freezing. So I got prepped for that. Other than that, what can I say,
Yeah. And Sarah,
I'm over the Bears playoff loss. But
that was a really good throw though by Caleb Williams.
It was.
Yeah. Oh man, Sarah, I know you're heading on your way out to Colorado for Fan Fest. Are you worried about the snow? It looks like you're a little bit worried about the snow.
I have been so stressed out all week. Like my weather app is probably so tired of me refreshing and checking the hourly and everything else. But it looks like it's going to be fine. They've knocked us down from about a foot of snow here to maybe 1 to 2 inches. So that should be fine.
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. So jumping right in, I mean, for those Rockies fans who are listening or watching, if you're going to head out to the ballpark to Fan Fest, make sure to run into Sarah and Adam. I'm not sure if are you still thinking about going right now, or has that changed, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, it's possible, man. I'm watching the weather too. I don't want to be dealing with that. Like I told you last night, I don't want to get in a car accident and die before the Broncos go to the Super Bowl. So hopefully we're going to the Super Bowl. We'll see.
Don't put those vibes out there though.
Jarrett's still
I got a 4-hour drive.
Not you. You'll be fine.
Well, there are a couple foreshadowings in comparison to when they won 10 years ago.
Stiddy City.
Yeah, but Drake May is good, man. He's good.
Stiddy City. That's all I'll say. But hey, we're a Rockies podcast. What are we talking about Broncos right now? I mean, we can. I mean, yeah, we could. But
we've got a podcast for that.
We got a podcast for that.
Tune in, Bronc Bros.
Yeah, Bronc Bros. Plug in for Bronc Bros. Go follow us over there. We have a really good crew over there with Sean, and of course Adam. He runs that over there, and we have a video guy. He's doing great work over there. So go follow us at Bronc Bros for the best Broncos content. We're growing over there. We're having fun. But yeah, Fan Fest is this Saturday. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. I have stuff going on. I have 5280 media stuff going on. I have a meeting that is related to Rockies Now with somebody. So it's gonna be busy. It's gonna be fun. But for those who are going to be going, if Adam does go as well, make sure to say hi to Sarah and Adam. Get to talk to them. Maybe get their pictures sent into Rockies Now and have fun conversations. We love to talk Rockies baseball. That's why we're here. That's why we do the podcast. Sarah, what are some of the things you're looking forward to for the Fan Fest? I know they're adding a couple new things. I know Hunter Goodman's trophy, Silver Slugger trophy is going to be there. So why don't you let the people know?
Really, I am super excited for the Q&A with the front office, with that whole new staff in there. Warren will be involved with that. I'm really excited to hear what they've got to say. Of course, Family Feud. I am super pumped up for that. That's going to be a good time. We did do the autograph sessions as well. And of course, me, I'm just super happy that Charlie's going to be there. Listen, if you're looking for me, look for Charlie. I will be wherever he's at. I'm going to go find him.
Yeah, Todd. Yeah, Todd's going to be there. That's awesome. Some Rockies legends. I thought I saw Brad Hopp on that list a while back, but I guess not. It's going to be Garrett Atkins. He'll be there. I feel like he hasn't been a guy that a lot of Rockies fans have been able to see out in public really that much, but that's going to be really cool. But yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. I know, Sarah, you've been talking for a couple weeks now about the garage sale and everything. So that's going to be cool. And I think it's going to be from like 10 to 4. Is that the correct time?
10 to 3 or 10 to 4. I believe from looking at the schedule, the last event's over at 3.
Okay. Yeah, 3. Okay. But yeah, Rockies fans, tickets are selling quickly. From the last time I heard, they were starting to dwindle down. At last year, I remember there was a sellout. So make sure you get your tickets. I think it's like $10 per person plus $5 if you want to get the autograph stuff. So make sure you head over to Rockies.com and get your tickets for that. So it's gonna be fun. Moving on to, we're going to move quickly. We got a couple guys that we have mentioned before on this podcast. I mean, I looked at a list on X last night talking about first baseman, and and me and Tom, we were talking about this before you guys came in the studio. But I really do think that the Rockies are guaranteed to get a first baseman. I mean, they talked about it last week. We talked about it last week how they're looking at other infielders, and I think first base is obviously an option. They're not going to go out with Blaine Crim or Troy Johnston, even though those guys, they are promising. You want to have competition at first base. Some names that we definitely can mention is, of course, Rhys Hoskins. He's somebody I would really like to see on a 1-year deal. Last year he was limited by injury, but he had 237, 332, 416 with 12 home runs in 90 games. He has a track record of 30 plus home runs, so he would be a solid defender at first base. And I think he would be a good option. Nathaniel Lowe, he's been out there as well. He's a defensive first baseman, versatile lefty bat. The Rockies could definitely use another lefty in that lineup. Carlos Santana, I think that's another name that might be available, but he is like 40 years old, so I probably wouldn't want him. We need a little bit guys that are a little bit younger than that, not the guys like Adam shaking his head. We don't need guys like Nick Martini or anything like that. I remember how we were all upset. I know, Adam, I know you were upset about Nick Martini and getting him last until June. And then Paul Goldschmidt, that we definitely don't want him. That guy, he does have power. He did have some moments with the Yankees, but he's age 38. He's head down. He's just declining. So I don't know. He's had good numbers at Coors Field. So I don't know, like, Sarah, do you have any names on this list I just mentioned that like stand out to you? I know Rhys Hoskins was probably our favorite at this point.
Yeah, I think Rhys would be kind of where I'd be leaning at this point in time. I don't know. It seems like it's kind of a slim market for first baseman right now.
Yeah.
If you want somebody that's younger, kind of on the front end of their career still, I think Rhys is probably going to be the best bet there.
Yeah. Adam, what do you think?
Rhys Hoskins has some surprisingly low numbers at Coors Field in a small sample size. Yeah, he's got a 719 OPS in 21 games at Coors Field. So I don't think that trend would continue. Obviously, it's a small sample size, but that's something to look at. I think he would be, obviously he'd be a welcome addition because any power that you're adding to the Rockies lineup after the last 2 years would be very welcomed. Nathaniel Lowe would be a nice addition as well. I think the concern with me with Rhys Hoskins is he's only a year removed from the horrific ACL injury. I think if the Rockies were in a championship window, I'd say that's pretty risky. But if you're looking where the Rockies are currently and you're trying to just fill a spot with a guy who can produce and maybe flip at the deadline, Hoskins might be a good addition as well.
Yeah. You said, I'm looking at the numbers right now. They don't really stand out to you as a guy that you would, scream at you, oh, we need to get this guy into Coors Field. But it's just it's an option. And again, for those who are wondering, like this, whoever the Rockies sign at first base, it would be somebody that it would only be for 1 year. I mean, Charlie Condon is the future at first base. That's pretty much set in stone. I feel like the Rockies are going to prepare him in AA to start the year and then in AAA the rest of the year. And so just a couple names out there. I mean, Tom, before we move on, quickly here, like, do you have any names, like any first baseman on that list? Maybe I didn't mention that could be options for Colorado here.
Well, I do like Rhys Hoskins that he has a very low chase rate. He has a chase rate below 20%, which puts him in the high above 85th percentile. That I do like, especially when it comes to young hitters who do have a tendency to get over anxious and swing and make poor swing decisions. Would I love to have Nathaniel Lowe as a lefty in Coors Field? Of course, but I think Rhys Hoskins is the better option. And if you give me just a moment, I was at, well, you asked it, I can double check who's still available at first base that's not ringing my, it's not at the top, man. Well, Cody Bellinger is listed as a first baseman, but he's going back to New York. No surprise there.
Yeah.
Justin Turner, 41 years old. No.
Nope.
Wilmer Flores, 34 years old. No. Miguel Andujar, 30 years old. Meh. But it's not exactly. And then, like you said, Carlos Santana is not 40 just yet. He's still 39. So just to correct you, just to kind of give you, just to make sure. But him, no. Mark Canha, 37 years old. I'd still say no, even though he's only going to be drawing a market value of 1.2 million. I would like to go with Rhys Hoskins. His expected AAV is around 7 million. I think that's a worthy investment, considering that we don't have much depth at the first base position and give Charlie Condon some time. So I would, if I had to make a bet, I'd go with Rhys Hoskins.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Steven, Tom, when I'm 39, I want that same treatment from you. Okay. When in October this year, I turned 39. So I'm not quite 40 until literally October 9th, 2027. I won't be 40 till then. So
I'll try to remember that, but also at the same time, I have to try and give myself the same courtesy in 2 years, because that's what so.
Listen, I left that behind a couple of years ago, so all y'all are still babies to me.
I still have plenty of time to go. I'm the baby in the group.
Yeah, Steven's like 25.
Steven,
25.
Steven, just go ahead and rub it in our faces. Why don't you?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stick our heads in the mud and rub it in there. Steven, we're just for everyone, people, we're totally kidding with Steven here. He's our fearless leader.
That's why.
And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, he just added a little bit of a flair to the whole presentation.
Yes. I don't know. I went out for a walk today just to avoid the snow and everything before it gets dumped on. But yeah.
I'm sorry. One name I forgot to mention. He's still up here. Is Ty France is a maybe. So
a big time yes for me as a Mariners fan.
Hey, your Mariners did something, Adam.
Did they?
I believe so, right? Didn't they make a move today, Tom, or yesterday?
I
feel like they made a move.
I didn't.
Sarah, didn't they make a move like today or yesterday?
I didn't.
I didn't hear of anying. I know they did not trade for Ketel Marte because they're never all in.
I don't. I know. I did see.
Right now.
I saw that Mets Brewers deal for Freddie Peralta.
Yeah, and then it was the Rangers and the Nats, not the Mariners.
They added
maybe I read it wrong.
They added former White Sox pitcher Dane and Rangers pitcher Dane Dunning.
Dane Dunning, but that was a minor league contract. That's what I was looking at. Yeah. Dane Dunning.
Plan the parade, baby.
Dane Dunning.
Hey, he's got a World Series on his resume.
He does.
They need a second baseman, so I don't know what they're doing, but anyway. Ty France puts together some good at bats, dude, and when he's at his best, he's a good hitter, dude. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. My brother, he was doing a list of like the greatest Rockies players of all time, and he did like a whole depth chart. And just like looking at Jason Giambi, man, he was arguably the greatest free agent signing by the Rockies in Rockies history. Like no question. Like I just miss that guy. CJ Cron.
What about Michael Kadire?
That's true. I mean, that's another guy. But did he play first? I felt like he moved around the diamond a little bit though.
Oh, you're just talking about first base.
Yeah, first base.
Oh, well, clearly Ian Desmond is at the top of that list.
I forgot that.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, that was a terrible contract.
I think we have to.
I mean, if you're talking about first baseman, come on, we got
Michael
KB.
I do think we have to give credit though. Jason Giambi definitely brought back some style when he was wearing the vest jerseys, I would say.
Oh, dude, I never wanted arms that size in my life like I did back then. I was like, man, I gotta get like that jersey super ripped like Jason, man.
His jerseys, I often thought had to be like custom, even though you can custom fit your uniforms nowadays. You know, I'm sure they had to really custom fit his sleeves specifically because he had arms the size of my quads.
Yeah, he was a really good. And I remember when we did pick him up, it was kind of like, we'll see what he can do for us, but time after time he did come up clutch, Steven. And I remember one time I was at that it was the year after we had lost the World Series to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And Papelbon came in to save a game, and Ian Stewart hit the game tying home run, and then Giambi hit the walk-off home run. And he just always came up clutch for the Rockies when he was here.
Yeah.
So that's a good call out. But I do think Kadire did play first base too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we had Morneau too.
Both Kadire and Morneau won batting titles with us. And I think back-to-back years, Kadire in 2013, Morneau in 14, something like that. Because Tom and I, we were actually talking about this before you guys came on. Like, I think it was Kadire 13, Morneau won the batting title in 14, DJ won in 2016, and then Charlie won in 17. I think that was the last time a Rocky has won a batting title. And speaking of batting titles, another name that has floated around the list, I think we've already touched his name on it. I know is kind of floating around today in the recent few weeks.
I already know what you're going to say.
I told Tom, no, he does not fit whatsoever. He would be a massive overpay for him to come here. He wants the money. 100% no on Mr. Rise.
However, maybe you can get him at a discount unless his options dry out there on the market. That's the only possible way you can get him. Probably. I mean, I say the lowest you can get him for is maybe 12, but I see him going for 17 probably. Because I think he's not going to get his full market value at 19 due to the fact that I don't think he's going to have too much of a market.
Well, like you said, Tom, earlier, like the Padres are trying to get rid of him, so it's just like no.
Well, no, he's still under contract with.
Yeah, he's under contract, but they just.
Oh, I thought he was a. Hold
on.
I
thought he was a free agent too.
That's Hold on 1 minute. Go. I'll look it up.
But by the way, Steven, team.
Sorry to interrupt. He is a free agent. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The team that should be looking at him is the Seattle Mariners, but
he can't play second base very well.
No, but they don't have a DH either, so.
We have Uncle Ted here. He said trade for TJ Rumfield. I'm looking at him right now. He is let me pull up his stats. I'm pulling up on Baseball Reference right now. He is from the Yankees. He's a first baseman prospect for the Yankees, but
we've fleeced the Yankees enough for a calendar year.
Yeah, for Rock Reggio, our guy Rock Reggio.
Uncle Ted, I'm going to say no, we are not trading Dollander.
Yeah, we're 100. Yeah, we're not doing that. Edgar Quiero, hey, your guys.
On behalf of White Sox fans everywhere, I'd say no to that trade. Sorry.
Hey. I mean, I do like
Plus, also for Quiero, we already have Hunter Goodman. We don't need another backstop.
Yeah. Hunter Goodman. We're good with Goodman.
Speaking of, very briefly, speaking of White Sox fans, congratulations on getting an Acuna brother.
Well, I will tell you this as a fan myself. There is not. It's about 50-50 with acquiring Acuna. Again, just to clarify, everybody, this is Ronald Acuna Jr.'s younger brother. It's not the Acuna. There was somebody actually online who thought, "Oh my God, they got Ronald Acuna." No,
there are 3 Acunas. One, of course, there's Ronnie, and then Luis Angel, and then the youngest, whose name I cannot think of right now, is in the Phillies organization now.
Yeah, he's in the Phillies.
They were stacked in the NL East, and now spread them all out. I don't need any more Acunas.
Well, the one good thing about that trade is that, as I was telling Steve before you both jumped on into the pre-meeting room, is that the White Sox did a good job. First of all, getting Uncle Stevie to take all the remaining money on his contract.
Oh, nice.
So then, when you do that, you have to sacrifice a little bit. You're not going to get a top-ranked prospect if you get given Robert's history of injuries. But I got to say, and also this guy, Paulie, they got from, he's got a pretty good arm, so we'll see how he does. But yeah, Acuna, it's going to be interesting to see where they play him next year. This year, excuse me. I'm sorry. Pardon
me. Yeah. I mean, talk about the Mets. I mean, it's been active for them ever since last week when we literally were doing a show and the Kyle Tucker news broke.
They're tired of the Dodgers, just like everyone else.
Yeah.
It's a 3-team race in the NL this year. You got the Dodgers. You got the Mets, you got the Rockies. That's it. Those are the only 3 teams in the National League.
Yeah.
The Mets, I just don't ever even kind of worry about because they always find some way to self-implode.
And they make really bad decisions on free agents. Like Bichette's not going to work out there at all.
No, and here's the other thing. People are talking about. There was actually somebody who I know in the White Sox guy as well. He commented the Mets could be a force this year. I said they don't have the pitching depth.
Yeah.
I mean, even acquiring Peralta, you don't have much behind him. I'm sorry, you don't.
And signing Frombear Valdez is not the answer.
And even adding Devin Williams to the bullpen, that's still not a lot of depth. They don't have
your White Sox, they traded Luis Robert,
I just said, that's a good work out of the trade. So again, they could have a decent offense, but with Robert, and I think Robert and Soto are going to go back to back third and second, probably, maybe, because I think Marcus Semien might even lead off. We'll see. But I still don't think the Mets have the pitching depth to make a run at the World Series.
I completely forgot the Mets got Semien.
I think their record.
Me too.
I think their record is going to depend on how much of a step back the Phillies take, because I still see the Phillies as the top dog in that division. I mean, the big thing is
the Phillies handed JT Realmuto way too much money.
Just to come back for 2 years. 2 years,
yeah.
They had nobody who could take his place from their farm system. So,
well, I mean, Garrett Stubbs is still on the roster, right? Garrett Stubbs.
He's not the future, though.
I think no.
I don't think the Phillies have done anything to say that they should be at the top of that division. I think they're worse. They've done nothing.
Well, I think they made the right decision not giving Ranger Suarez the contract that the Red Sox gave him.
Yeah.
But,
but
also there is a big question mark.
I don't know. They come playoff time last year. They were good, but I don't think they're just getting older. That's all, really.
Yeah.
True.
Exactly. They didn't really do anything to bring in any more young blood or anything like that. And especially, me coming from the Braves perspective, if we can avoid a third season in a row of disastrous injuries, Atlanta will be back.
Yeah. I said this. Yeah, I've said this multiple times. I just felt like, I am a little bit worried for Atlanta, though. I mean, your roster is getting a little bit older as well, but it's still, I mean, you look how great the Braves were in the second half of the season. They were close to getting back in the wild card spot. And here before that, they were like really bad. They just need to stay healthy. But again, like the Braves, they were on fire. They had that big winning streak. I still think that the Braves, for me, are still the favorites here. And then maybe the Phillies at 2, the Mets at 3. And then Nationals, I mean, again, I think we might have briefly touched on it. Like they made a trade today, Mackenzie Gore, and the Rangers
unloading Mackenzie Gore is wild.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're doing.
That's weird. Yeah,
that's quite a haul.
Yeah, getting rid of
6-7 prospects for one pitcher. Yeah,
but they were like, coming into last year, we thought that they were close to like building something that could compete, and now they're just throwing Mackenzie Gore away. I don't understand what they're doing.
They're ace, really. They're ace. Yeah.
Well, and it was kind of the same situation if you think about it when they got that haul for Juan Soto a few years ago.
He was in that trade.
Yeah, Mackenzie Gore came in that deal.
Yeah.
And now they're doing the same thing again. Like it's like they're almost in more of a perpetual rebuild than the half rebuild that the Rockies are always in.
If I was a Nats fan, I wouldn't be too happy.
Well, now they got they fired Mike Rizzo. They got a new GM. So this is what he wants to do. I guess he doesn't see what he sees out of Mark. Mackenzie Gore is a free agent in 2028. So they have him for 2 more years. So in the next 2 years, they're not going to be competing. So that's again, when you can get quite a haul for the fact that he's got 2 years of team control and he's a budding ace, I don't mind making the deal. But again, to your point, Sarah, it's like for them, it's ever since Bryce Harper left, it's been just a constant return redux here. They've done it twice now.
Yep.
Would you argue?
I mean, Tampa Bay Rays-esque.
Yeah. Of course, don't go back and watch our predictions episode from last year. But we had the Marlins being really bad last year, and they were actually close to a 500 team this past year. 100%. I'm picking the Marlins over the Nationals this year in the division.
Oh, sorry. I said the Rays, not the Marlins.
Oh, the Marlins, yeah.
Very Rays-esque.
Yeah, Rays-esque. Yeah, I think right now, again, our predictions episode will be a banger one. So stay tuned for that. But as of right now, I'd put the Marlins over the Nationals right now. I just think the Marlins, they have decent young players. They've even though they haven't spent hardly any money, they just, I don't know. They have some solid players, and I think they made some trades earlier this offseason. I don't know. I just feel like the Nationals, It's just like you should be trying to build your roster around guys like Dylan Cruz and of course C.J. Abrams, James Wood, but it's just like I don't know, man. It's just and for those people, and again, we'll briefly kind of touch on the Dodgers, even though we don't want to. But I know Adam, we've alluded to this many times before. For the people that say the Dodgers are ruining baseball, it's like you don't watch baseball. First of all, it's your lousy owners that refuse to pay good players. Like, for instance, Tarek Skubal, 2-time Cy Young Award winner, and the Tigers ownership refuses to pay the man the money he deserves. And now there's talks about him potentially moving out. And same issue with Freddie Peralta. Now fortunately we won't have to worry about him going to the Dodgers, but it's the same issue. Like, they refuse to pay guys that deserve the money. Now, of course, you don't want to overpay, but it's just like, for people to say the Dodgers are ruining baseball, it's just like, no, they're not. It sucks to see all these superstars go there. Why? Well, it just, the reason why the lockout is happening is not because of the Dodgers, it's because of ownership, and we're seeing that now.
Yeah, bad owners are ruining baseball.
Yes, yes.
Ellie De La Cruz turned down the biggest contract extension in Reds history. Like, Jared Carrabba said something about it where if he's a superstar player at all, he's not signing anything until his agent has talked to the Dodgers.
And it's just like, I mean, here's the thing. If Kyle Tucker, he had 2 teams, the Mets or Dodgers. If I'm Kyle Tucker, who has had more success, Dodgers or Mets? I'm going to the Dodgers, 100%.
Well, not to mention, also they probably gave him a more lucrative deal with the opt-out.
Yeah, and deferrals,
and also a massive signing bonus.
Yeah. So but yeah. So I just wanted to touch up on that for those who are thinking of our thoughts on that. But anyhow.
Just one thing, Stephen.
You're good.
Peter Bendix is actually the president of Baseblox. Gabe Kapler is the GM.
Yeah.
So
I thought Gabe Kapler, he wasn't a good manager, but he does make sense as a front office guy, and there.
He was an interesting manager. He was a workable manager, but it's just, I think, given the fact, I think his personality rubbed a lot of pitchers the wrong way. He's very stern, direct, kind of just like a disciplinarian. That's what he is.
Former Rocky, Gabe Kapler.
Former Ray too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and doesn't work with modern day players, man.
No, that's why they moved him to the front office. So
I don't know. Maybe it's because he peels his chicken nuggets if he goes to McDonald's. Like, that could have something to do with it. I wouldn't want to listen to that guy.
I remember that story.
Serial killer tendencies.
But quickly before we talk about the WBC, what are y'all's thoughts? I know Tom shared his thoughts in a studio. Maybe we'll get a little touch back with that. But what are your thoughts on the Hall of Fame balloting and the 2 selections from this year? I'll start with Adam.
Well, I would like to touch on the fact that King Felix is moving on up, and he's getting closer. Mm-hmm. He went up, I think, like 20% or something like that. So that's where my heart's at when we're talking about the Hall of Fame, because I think he wholeheartedly belongs there, and he carried the Mariners for his entire career, and they ran him into the ground and mismanaged him and pretty much ruined his career. So I think that for the quality of pitcher that he was and the production that he put up, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, I am not a big fan of Carlos Beltran for a lot of reasons, and of course, I think everyone knows why, the main reason. But I'm happy for what's his name?
Andrew Jones.
Yes, you're right. Andrew Jones, one of the greatest defensive outfielders in the game ever. I'm happy. I didn't do. Yeah, I didn't do a bracket this year, or not bracket. I didn't do the ballot this year, but if I did, I think I did last year. I had him. Well deserved for him, so I'm happy for him. Well deserved. So I'm super happy for that. But Tom, I forget what you said about you made a good point about Andrew Jones. I forget what you said. It might have been like one of the best defensive center fielders or outfielders of all time.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, with the Braves, he was arguably some would consider him the best center fielder of that particular era. I saw him play in his third to last season when he was in Chicago with the White Sox. They signed him as a veteran. He was moved over to right field because his legs were not the same anymore at that time. But yeah, he won 10 Gold Gloves. He had 434 home runs. It's a well-earned honor. This was his 9th year on the ballot. So
yeah,
for him, there's those marks that you got to reach to be a lock. He wasn't a lock, and he wasn't going to be a first-year Hall of Famer. But he's a guy who definitely should be enshrined in Cooperstown. So it's good to see him there. Beltran, he was a dynamic player. Again, he was the ringleader of the Astros cheating scandal in 2017. So, take that of what you would. But, when you look at his career, it is a career worthy of being in Cooperstown. So you could say it's well earned as well. But other guys who did move up a little bit, there's several, like as Adam I mentioned, Felix Hernandez, Chase Utley moved up, and Andy Pettit. I'm not sure if he's going to get the right garnishment given his tainted past with PEDs. So but the one thing I want to mention is Mark Burley. He moved up quite a bit from 6% to 20%. So that's going to be interesting to see how he moves up next year in his 7th year on the ballot. But yeah, there's another guy who I really would like to see get in the Hall of Fame. Actually, 2 would be K-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez, and Torrey Hunter. So I'm interested to see how they do next year.
I think if you put Andrew Jones in, Torrey Hunter absolutely deserves a spot in there. But I mean, of course, with me, Andrew Jones, 19 years old in the World Series, that was at 12 years old, that was like the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my life. So Andrew has always had a very special place to me. I do love that a couple guys gave, a little tip of the hat vote to Nick Markakis and Alex Gordon. I don't think they're guys you consider Hall of Famers because they weren't like just superstar quality, but those were both very solid careers. So I did like that they each got a vote, just a little tip of the cap. But
same with Alex Gordon.
And I think Andrew, a lot of what kept Andrew out for so long is how his career ended. Those last few years, he just didn't have it like he did before. And I wonder if that's something like Cole Hamels may be another one. Adam mentioned Felix, a Braves legend to us in Atlanta. He did great for us when he was there. And Cole Hamels is the one that the most expensive hitting coach we've ever paid to pitch 3 innings in Atlanta. Just all his injuries at the end. I don't know. I think stuff like that. And it's sad that can just completely derail a Hall of Fame worthy career, but that's just kind of how it shakes out sometimes.
Yeah. One guy I do want to mention, his son, Drew Jones, who is in the Diamondbacks farm system. He is, for those who don't know, and I'm sure a lot of people already do, he is an outfielder. And just this past year, he won the minor league defensive player of the year. So
is he in AA yet?
Let me check that right now on Baseball Reference, but I'm pretty sure he's moving along. He was drafted a couple years ago. This year, he was in High A for Hillsboro.
I hope they bring him up to AA. That'll be Amarillo, Texas, the Sod Poodles, which is 2
he probably
hours
will. I mean, yeah, he played. Let me see here. He played 123 games, 5 home runs, 56 RBIs, and a 255 batting average. So he probably will get called up to AA at some point this year. He probably will start in single A and then get his way up to AA at some point. But I don't know. I mean, 255 though, not too bad. I mean, single A though, it's generally a little bit easier, obviously, than AA. But I do want to mention a couple of new names here for next year on the Hall of Fame ballot that are going to be new. Former Rocky Wade Davis is on that list. He's definitely not going to be going in, but I just want to mention Dexter Fowler, another former Rocky. Todd Frazier, obviously the Todd father in Cincinnati. He'll be on there. Seeing other names here. Jake Arrieta, Buster Posey. That's going to be a clear lock for a Hall of Fame for me. He's going 100%. To be I think he's going to be unanimous.
First ballot, 100%.
Yep.
Unanimous no, first ballot yes.
And Adam, Kyle Sager, is he going to go to the Hall of Fame eventually?
No.
None
of those guys that you just said are going to the Hall of Fame except
other than
for
Buster Posey. Yeah. Ryan Zimmerman. What about Ryan Zimmerman? He'll be on the ballot next year. No,
I don't think so.
But he'll be Hall of pretty good, right, Tom?
Do you mean Jordan Zimmerman?
No, Ryan Zimmerman. Yeah, both of Zimmerman's on there. Both of them, Jordan and Ryan, are on there.
Jordan is wait, which I'm trying to make sure.
Jordan, absolutely not.
Jordan is no. Ryan Zimmerman is definitely a Nationals Hall of Famer for sure because he's Mr. National. He was their very first.
Yeah, both of them are on the ballot for next year. Both Ryan and Jordan Zimmerman are on for next year. Andrew Miller, he's on there for next year. But
Probably
yeah,
not.
out of all those guys, I think the only unanimous one is definitely Buster Posey. And he deserves it too. So it's not like, you know, it's going to be a first ballot. We do have a Uncle Ted says, where's Tulo and Cargo at? That was like 3 or 4 years ago, something like that, when they were. But yeah, they're definitely not Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
They didn't garner 5% to stay on the ballot. No.
But anyways, yeah, so those are some of the names to watch out for next year. But out of all that, I can almost guarantee you, I can bet my money that it will be Buster Posey that'll be going to the Hall of Fame out of all those players. And that's going to be the only guy from that class that'll be in there. But I know next year, I mean, some of the guys are going to carry over from, the last few years that still have a shot. Like you said, Felix Hernandez, he's going to be up there. He might even go in next year. We'll see. But yeah,
that would be quite a jump. That'd be a 39% jump. He'll probably take a couple of years.
Yeah, but he'll definitely make it. He'll definitely make it. So
should be in there.
Yeah,
I think he will, because he's ineligible for the Hall of Pretty Good.
Yeah, and by the way, I do want to mention the Hall of Pretty Good. Today was Ubaldo Jimenez's birthday, and shout out to Ubaldo, the greatest Rockies pitcher of all time so far, and probably will be for a while. What was that?
He'll be at Rockies Fest.
Yeah, and shout out for all the Rockies fans. I mean, Sarah, you get to see him. That's gonna be awesome. So,
yes,
I'm jealous.
I'm very excited.
I'm jealous. But yeah, Uncle Ted says Cargo was insane, but yeah, he's not a Hall of Famer though. But I wish he was. But
Hall of Pretty Good.
Yes, Hall of Pretty Good. Yeah, and stay tuned. Maybe I forget his name. Who runs over there? He does a great job.
Bryce Whitlow.
I have a question for you guys. I don't know if you covered this recently. Speaking of Hall of Fame and Hall of Pretty Good, Nolan, where's he fallen?
Oh, are we talking between the I think he's going to the Hall of Fame. I think it's
going to be close, but I'm going to have to.
If Scott Rowland's in, then Nolan's got to be in, right?
Yeah, and I think well, this is a question for you, Adam. I mean, I think you probably have the same answer as us. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame as a Rocky. He's got to.
He's a Hall of Fame. He'll wear a Rockies cap.
Yeah, he's got to wear a Rockies cap in the Hall of Fame, and there's no way he's going to wear Cardinals. Like, he had no success.
But there's a bad taste in his mouth from the Rockies.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing that is going
to. Some time can heal all wounds. So. Because remember, when he retires, which will be probably several years from now, he'll have to wait 6 years in order to be eligible to go on the ballot for the first time.
Yeah. Ryan says it makes a good point. His Gold Glove streak will get him in. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I just don't. I think even with the bad blood, though, like Steven said, just comparing his career in each place, I don't see how he couldn't go in as a Rocky.
Well, it's just it's just like. I know he had some success in St. Louis, but just like that didn't pan out the way that they wanted.
A year.
Like one or two solid years. He was an all-star for just 1 year, I think, right? 2021. And that was it.
With the Cardinals?
Yeah, with the Cardinals. That was just 1 year.
3
years?
Yeah, 21, 22, and 23.
Wow. I'm trying to think of 23.
Nobody won the trade, guys.
Nobody. I think kind of like the Buffalo Bills in the Broncos game. Nobody really won that game. I mean, our defense kind of helped on that, but But anyways, I'm going to say Arenado does get in, but it's going to take him a while, just because of his. There's going to be those writers that are going to be like, "Oh, he played
Coors Field."
Coors Field, the BS. But. Yeah,
but in all of his career, his best season in terms of overall WAR was in 2022 as a Cardinal.
Who's that old guy on MLB Network that is like he voted against Todd Helton, and he was it not Peter Gannon?
Was it Heyman?
I think it might have been Heyman.
Oh, East Coast Heyman.
I can't stand him.
Yeah, it might have been him. But there was another. It was like a really old grandpa, like an 80-year-old guy who's like, the reason why I'm not voting for Hilton is because he doesn't. It's just like, dude, get off your couch.
They've never watched a Rockies game in their lives, so they shouldn't be voting on. That's a whole different subject for me. Where writers shouldn't be voting for the Hall of Fame in the first place. But
I think we might have touched on it. I think Tom and I, like, this is before Adam came on. With Rockies now, but I think Tom and I, we talked about it like before Helton went in, but that you'd have to go through our archive and scroll through. But yeah, man, it's I think Arenado's going to get in. He'll get in.
He currently sits at 57.8 WAR, and it's going to climb probably it's going to go past 60. So I think that puts him in the Hall of Fame. Not accolades aside, the guy was for at least a decade one of the best third basemen.
Yeah,
he was the best in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, some people
and it's just funny to see. I'll go back and see all the comments saying Anthony Rendon is better than Aaron. I'm like, dude,
not even close.
What?
You have to like baseball to be good at it, I think. But
the one thing that Anthony Rendon has over Nolan Arenado was in 2019 he had more RBIs than Nolan. That's it.
But it's just
Arenado deserves. And he's got that ring, and he played real good in that series.
Well, he played good that whole season.
Yeah, got paid, and then he's like, I'm out.
Which got him.
Like, I don't really like this game that much.
Well, that's
play less than 80 games.
Well, but that's what a large contract like that can do to your motivation sometimes.
Yeah, but But as we wrap up, let's talk about some fun about the WBC, because we got some Rockies players that have already been, I think, pretty much confirmed to be a part of it. I know Ezequiel Tovar, he's going to be on Team Venezuela, Sarah, and I think I'm excited for Tovar, and I think Warren Schaefer, he talked about it in the winter meetings, how he wants the Rockies players to be a part of it, be able to be a part of this experience. And it's really cool to see, because a lot of players, or not players, but a lot of managers and front office executives are like, we don't want our guys to get injured. This is a great opportunity for them to be in front of a lively crowd in the WBC where you actually play for something. And then, of course, recent news broke that German Marquez and Antonio Senzatella will be on Team Venezuela. So I already know which team is not going to win the title in the WBC. No offense to either of those guys, but
sorry, I'm sorry, Stephen.
You're good. But I don't think anybody so far has been on the Rockies that's going to be on Team USA. I mean, Kyle Freeland might, but I feel like their team is already pretty much.
Did I see that Victor Vodnik is playing for somebody, or did I not?
You might be correct. I'll look that up right now.
I may be imagining things. I think I saw Victor Vodnik's playing.
I heard
not for USA.
I'm sorry.
I
did hear a rumor that Mark DeRosa did talk to Brenton Doyle about being a reserve outfielder, so that would have been a nice addition for Team USA. So, because obviously he's not going to start, but backing up Judge and all them guys in the outfield would have been a pretty good thing to have off the bench.
Is Senzatella throwing BP, or what is his role on the team?
BP.
He is in the starting rotation.
There ain't no way that can't happen.
Well,
I saw that come across, and I had a moment of like, oh, does Venezuela want to?
Yeah.
Okay, they have Vodnik as a potential player for the upcoming season, as a potential guy. So he'll probably be, I would assume, for Team USA, as far as I know. I mean, he could have I need to see what national.
I don't think he's not American. Yeah, he's Italian, isn't he?
Who?
I think so.
Vodnik,
Vodnik. I think it was going to be for Italy.
I think he is.
Yeah. Okay, he was born in California, but his family's probably from Italy.
I'm pretty sure I saw Italy too. Okay. I don't think it was Team USA.
Yeah, he was born here in the USA, but he probably has family that's from Italy. So yeah, that would make sense.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like Freddie. Yeah. It's just like Freddie Freeman playing for Canada when he was born here in the state. I mean, I think it has to be a direct parental link, because there was somebody that was wanting to play.
So
real
quick, interesting thing for you. Mike Piazza is Team Italy's manager.
Yeah, that Italy is going to be a fun team to watch. Like I told Tom, but Italy. What was another team I said? Israel, that's going to be another fun team to watch. I'm secretly rooting for Israel. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that team. I think they have.
According to the current roster, Victor Vodnik is not on the roster.
Yeah, and then somebody said not Scott. Who was his name? Halverson. I think I've heard Halverson being floated around a little bit, but it's just
that's wild.
Yeah, it's just like I'm just wondering what. Well, first of all, is he healthy? Because I know he had his injury last year, but
so I guess for Team Venezuela, Jose Alvarado's suspension does not apply to the WBC.
Okay.
He's on Team Venezuela, so I guess his PED suspension does not apply to the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
I'm
looking at this list. Yeah, I'm looking at a list here of players that have committed. I don't know how accurate this is though, because there's some names on here that I completely don't understand.
Oh,
somebody has George Springer under Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, Nolan's playing for Puerto Rico this year, not Team USA.
And Ezequiel Tovar is not on Team Venezuela's roster.
I thought he was confirmed.
No, we don't have any Rockies on any rosters as far as I know. Right?
I saw the this is all time. Okay, never mind. Ignore that list. I saw it posted on X that Venezuela had announced their lineup and that it was Senza and Marquez and
okay,
Pablo
so as of right now, it's just
Lopez
those two guys. Yeah. Yeah. So just those two guys. So right now, but I think. Well, I did see something that Tovar did state that he was interested in playing for Venezuela back on opening day this last year, but again, it's not confirmed, I guess. But we'll see. I would imagine Tovar will he'll probably be like a bench guy for Venezuela. Who knows? He'll be a starter. We'll see. But
okay,
yeah.
So Venezuela's starting pitchers confirmed. This was on Talking Baseball. Pablo Lopez, Eduardo Rodriguez, Antonio Senzatella, Herman Marquez, and I don't know how you say that guy's name, Montero from the Giant or from.
You had us in the first half, Sarah. You had us in the first half.
It's not a horrible pitching.
I mean, Antonio Senzatella is
alone.
He's probably the worst starting pitcher in the league.
He'll probably be a reserve.
Yeah. Oh man,
I'm just mad that he's stealing $10 million from the Rockies to be what he is. Like it's ridiculous.
Given an extension by Mr. Bill Schmidt.
Yeah.
Well, there have been other players have fleeced other organizations more than Antonio Senzatella has. We just mentioned one about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Cole Hamels and the Braves.
Oh,
Anthony Rendon.
That's a good
$18 million.
Anthony Rendon, 245 from the Angels.
Mm-hmm.
And you could say the latter half of Pujols' career with the.
I was going to mention Pujols, at the end of his career.
I would say the last 4 or 5 years.
You could say Josh Donaldson for his last couple of years too. That guy was made of glass.
Wild. We got Wild. Is Alan Leachman our new pitching coach for the Rockies? He might be pitching.
He was.
He was
in the last WBC.
I don't think though for this year. I might be wrong. I'm going to check on their roster. I have that up right now. But yeah, that's a good point, Wild. That's a good point. I think, let me see here. I have the staff in front of me for Israel. He's not on there. Their new pitching coach this year is Josh Zeed. So no, not this year for Alan Leachman. Wild, to answer your question.
He also, one thing about him, he was actually born in Israel.
Yeah. But yeah, I was talking to Tom. Kevin Youkilis is the Israel hitting coach this year. Brad Osmus is the bench coach. Ian Kinsler is the manager. Jock Peterson.
One of the most unique batting stances in MLB history.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. But anyways, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, to answer your question, Wild, yeah. So so I guess not this year. Probably in previous season. Probably like the last time. He was probably talking about 2023 or 2024. Whenever the last it was 2023 with the last WBC action. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, stay tuned, folks. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, we're only like 2 months away from play. I think the pool play starts in like middle of March. I want to say early to mid March.
Gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, I will say this though. Like the pools, though, for Team USA, I don't think we have to worry about it. I mean, I think Brazil is in our pool. They're like the last ranked team. I think Canada and Great Britain as well. So I'm not too worried about Canada. I'm not too worried about, of course, Great Britain. So I think we're looking at probably another Team USA, Japan in the finals. I mean, I will say though, Dominican Republic and Cuba are ones to watch. Mexico too. I know Tom was mentioning Mexico as well. I mean, Mexico they went to the semifinals last year, right?
Yeah, from
they
our
lost
pool,
to Japan.
From our pool, it's going to be the two top teams. Going to be us and Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, Wild says former hitting coach Bambi Mulens with the Dutch team. I believe so. I know he was in 23. I would have to look that up, but
which team was the one last time we had the World Baseball Classic that looked like their uniforms were like made
I think it was Great Britain. It was like just like the
it was.
Yeah.
They were like falling apart, kind of.
Yeah, it's just like no. It's just like they did that on I guess Canva. Just like did Great Britain, nothing else, no logos whatsoever.
No.
The hat's not even cool. It's just a GB. I'm like, this is the worst uniform I've ever seen in my life.
I just remember watching it fall apart during the game.
Well, not to mention that's when
as someone whose family is overwhelmingly British, I did not claim Great Britain after seeing those uniforms. I was like, not me.
Well, if you remember, guys, that was the year when they were starting to introduce. Well, it's because the year later, 2024, they had the small lettering for the Fanatics jerseys. But the year before that, they were starting to introduce the fabric. Well, if you remember, there was a picture from one of the Great Britain relief pictures, and you can see he was drenching sweat. And you can see that through the great.
It was
horrendous. Yeah. So I'm glad that we won't have to worry about that. But looking, I mean, again, you guys have to look it up. Again, you might not have time to. We might not have time to today, but. Given the what was your if you go back to 2023 World Baseball Classic, what was your favorite uniform for? I really enjoyed. Of course, obviously USA is I'm biased, but I really do like. Of course, I guess Israel. I'm a big fan of Israel, but I also really liked Mexico. Mexico really had a good uniform. I'm trying to again, if you guys are looking that up right now, I would have to go with. I'm going to go Israel. I mean, their uniform was great. Mexico, they had the red and the green. They had 3 different alternate uniforms. And the batting helmets, they had the green with the M in the front and the red bill. Mexico's a really good uniform.
Personally, for me, I always do like Japan's. I like Japan's use of the pinstripes. I think that is well with the shade of, I think it's a very light shaded gray that they have, and then the black pinstripes. I like that look right there. That's a pretty good use. For a good old-fashioned look, you could say.
I'm looking at Columbia. Columbia, I feel like Columbia had they was all yellow and blue. Yeah, Columbia, they had interesting uniforms. It was just a C though. If I remember correctly, I think Elias Diaz played for Team Columbia as a catcher. So
I'm pretty biased myself. I like the Team USA, the dark blue, the navy blue uniform that they have.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty sweet. I think they could change their hat though. I think their hat's a little.
I will say though, I think my favorite hat is actually. I think my favorite hat actually is Czech Republic. That I love that hat. It has home plate and it just has the C and the R in the front. That's a good hat design. I love that. China, I think has a dragon. The sea dragon. China has a really good hat. Yeah, I love China's hat. But yeah, like you said, Adam, there's a couple teams that need to change up their logo and their uniforms entirely. I mean, I will say though, if you look at Team China's uniforms, they're pretty sick. I like the red ones. That's pretty cool. But yeah, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, go check it out on Google. They're really good. Like China's uniforms are actually low-key really, really good. Ryan says I like the Netherlands logo. Yeah, I think it's like the crown, the orange crown or whatever. Didn't
they release the new hats the other day?
Yeah, they did. I need to go back and look at that. I think it's on MLB.com for those who are wondering. I definitely need to get a Team USA hat. I haven't gotten one yet, so I think this is the year I'll get it. I'll have to go out to Shields or Lids or something to get one of those hats. Team Panama, Wild says was good. Yeah, Panama. That's there's a bunch of teams that's gonna be sleepers, but I can guarantee you Brazil and Great Britain are not going to be moving on to the playoffs. That's for sure, or in the tournament. Not a knock on any of our British friends or anything, but honestly, they might not even care. I mean, baseball is not their sport. So, yeah. I mean, as we wrap up, any final comments, guys? Fan fest, anything like that? I mean, I know, Sarah, you're getting ready. Are you going to be leaving tomorrow? I'm assuming.
Yes. Probably fairly early.
Yeah,
staying at the rally. So
at the rally, that's good.
Nice.
They have a really good store selection there, so get some Rockies gear. Get some more Rockies.
Yeah,
gear.
I decided that rather than try to deal with if it is snowing Saturday morning, rather than deal with trying to get into the parking lot and all that other nonsense driving, we'll just walk across the street.
Yeah,
that's why they built that hotel, making good use of it.
Yeah, I will say this: Ryan does make a good point. Man, that would be really cool to see Brenton Doyle in a Team USA. I would buy that jersey in a heartbeat. That's for sure, in a heartbeat. but yeah, again, stay tuned to our socials. Sarah's going to be there. She'll be posting stuff, or she'll be sending us some stuff, and we'll be posting them on our socials. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, Adam, we'll see. Like if Adam, you go, make sure. I mean, it'll be cool because one thing, I think Chris is going to be there, but one of these days, if I do go down there, I'm going to have to bring my little mic and do some interviews with some people. But if you both do go, have a great time. I'll be jealous. Me and Tom will be jealous. But anyways, we just want to say thank you all for in the comments. Wild, we got Uncle Ted. We got a big party here tonight. Ryan, he's been in there. Wild says garage sale discounts for sure. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Let us know, guys, if you're going to be going to that. Wild, it sounds like you might be going, but yeah, it sounds like a lot of people are going to be showing up to that. So enjoy that. And again, like you said, Sarah, I think one of the most exciting things I'm excited for you guys is the discussion with the front office people. And DePodesta, he's going to be there. Josh Burns, he'll be there. I think Walker Montfort, I would not be surprised if he's there as well.
I believe they did say Walker's going to be there.
Okay. Obviously, the head honcho definitely would not be there. But yeah,
that's okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, we're fine with that.
We're fine with that.
I don't really care to see him. No, my son is super excited because he saw a picture in the program for it of Chase Dolander playing foosball with a kid last year, and he was like, "We gotta go play foosball." I'm like, "All right, man, we'll go." I'm there.
Yeah, man. I just the thing, the bummer. I want to see Matt Holiday. I mean, Matt Holiday could show up and just surprise everybody because Ethan's going to be there. So.
Ethan will be there. Charlie Condon is on the list.
Yeah, he'll be there. So that's one thing. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll drive up and surprise you all, and I'll be there, and I'll be wearing my holiday shirt.
Last minute change.
Just my plans. Yeah,
I'll ride with you, Steven.
Come on. It's $10.
Or maybe
$10.
Or maybe Steven shows up unannounced and just says surprise.
Just random, or it's just random. Oh, yeah.
What if Steven shows up randomly and gets more people in his line for pictures and autographs than any of the Rockies players? It could happen, man. He's getting up there in celebrity now.
No. I'm too good for that. I'm too good.
We'll just set up a booth at the end of the autograph tables and just be like, "We're here."
Rocky's now here. Well, here's the thing, guys. I'm really looking forward to, because we have a couple people that follow us on Instagram, and hopefully you guys are watching or listening to this. But some of the guys from the Yard Goats, they follow us, and he's been talking about how he would eventually like to meet us at FanFest. And I think it's one of the representative for the Yard Goats. So Sarah or Adam, if you guys go, just say, "Hey, we're from Rockies now. Steven sent us." That would be awesome. But hey, you know what? Maybe I just need to show up myself, and I'll do it myself. So
for next year, Steve, we got to get us some Rockies Now polos or shirts or something.
We got merch, and by the way, we do have merch. But we need somebody. If you're listening or watching, we're looking for some people that are experienced in designing and graphic designing and merch designing. If you're listening to this, we're looking for you. But yeah, we'll definitely have to release some of those polos, because I do have a few ideas, but that's kind of on the back burner right now, but we'll definitely do that. Also too, like, again, we've been talking about how we want to do like a show at spring training. Probably won't happen this year because I'm looking to potentially go to Hawaii. Maybe I'll do some Rockies coverage from Hawaii.
Okay.
Flex. But no, but yeah,
I'll be coaching, so I can't either.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Maybe next year or something.
Next year, 100%.
We got to go to opening day though.
Yeah,
at least, and do the interview thing for people.
I will be at opening day 100% because that is my birthday this year.
All right,
let's go.
So
well, here's the question I do have. Well, here's the thing. I'm not sure if you Sarah or Adam know this, but we're going to be, well, at least I will be doing a watch party from my house for opening day. Like, we'll be kind of doing like a
against
reaction.
the Marlins, right?
Yeah, against the Marlins. I'll be doing that pretty much for at least 3 or 4 hours. So I'm going to definitely
I'll be definitely joining you that day, because like I said, unless we take money from the Rockies Now discretionary fund to fly out there, then we can do it.
Well, and here's the thing.
I'd rather not go to Florida.
Go to Florida. Well, here's the thing, guys, and for Wild or whoever's still here in the comments or watching, we're going to try to, I'm already in talks with a couple people that are going to be special guests that are going to come in for a few minutes, chat with you all, and we might even get some of you guys to come on and just talk about the Rockies, and we might even do some giveaways for our merch that we already do have. So stay tuned for that. We're going to give some giveaways, and we're going to have some fun. So again, that'll be on opening day. We're going to do a watch party. That'll be our first watch party. But yeah, future stuff, we might be able to go to Coors Field for opening day, maybe actually do a live show either at spring training or opening day, something like that. Last year when I went to opening day, that was fun. I was able to do some content there at Coors Field. I wasn't able to do as much because Sarah, I don't know if you remember,
freezing cold.
I was freezing my butt off, and I was sitting up in like the purple seats, and it was like 26 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind chill was like in the teens, and I just could not.
You
were there, Sarah, right?
The next day, and I was sitting 5 rows off the first base line, and I had a hoodie, a jersey, a long sleeve, sweats with another pair of sweats underneath them, my beanie, and I sat like this. I couldn't feel my toes walking back to my car.
It's as if you were at a football game, right, Sarah?
Oh yeah, that's what it feels like. And I'm fully prepared. Like somebody was like, "You were going to freeze to death on your birthday," and I was like, "You know what? I've had a good run. I will be at a game on my birthday."
I think I've shared this story on this show. When I went to opening day for the White Sox in 2018, it was against the Detroit Tigers, if I remember correctly.
I remember that.
It snowed twice during the game, twice.
Yeah.
and in the 8th inning, the sun went down, so it got colder. And as my fingers were kind of like not frozen, but just kind of very numb-ish. I keep thinking to myself, my goodness, I can't imagine what it's like on the field. A, trying to grip the baseball, and B, swinging the bat and feeling that,
or just feeling the sting getting hit in the hand with the baseball.
Yeah, you're like basically catching a block of ice.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is the home opener this year is a 2:00 game.
Well, it has to, to avoid the sundown. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at the Mariners game a couple of years ago when they came to Coors Field and Luis Castillo was pitching. It snowed the whole game. I don't know why the game was played, but that was not enjoyable.
That was like a blowout win for the Mariners too, I think.
Didn't he pitch a quality start that game, Adam?
Yeah. It was like 8 innings.
He shut the Rockies down. It was like 8 innings of like 2-hit ball or something like that.
I remember that game because I remember we were wearing the Green City Connect jerseys, and I just remember turning the TV off by like the second. I'm like, he's going to throw a no-hitter tonight.
So here's something also when it comes to the 2026 schedule. The Rockies end the season at Wright Field in Chicago. So I'll say this now to every one of our listeners. I will tentatively plan to be at 1, maybe 2 of those games. So if you're
stay tuned to White Sox now. Stay tuned for that.
Either way, you'll yeah, because especially also depending who the pitching matchups are. If Dollander's pitching, you're probably going to see me there. I like to see him pitch live.
Well, we'll need to seal a playoff berth with you there anyway, Tom. So that'll be good.
Oh yeah, I'll try to be the good luck. I'll bring my lucky rabbit's foot.
And here's the thing for FanFest before we head out of here. Again, we appreciate you for coming on in tonight. What if I do show up on Saturday and I just wear, like, I have my holiday jersey on, but underneath that, I'm wearing my Bo Nix Broncos jersey because championship Sunday.
Hey, you're gonna need layers. It's only supposed to be like
it's gonna be really cold.
So would they move it inside? I'm sorry for not understanding. Would they move it inside?
Well, I think it's most of it's inside. Yeah, it's inside. It's in like I know the Diamond Dry Goods. That's where the garage sale is going to be at.
You come out. You go through the. You go through the clubhouse and you can come out through the dugout and look at the field and stuff, but you're not like out there.
Yeah.
I think
the only thing that will be kind of sort of outdoors-ish, the grounds crew demo will be in the left field tunnel where the mitt is. Everything else is up in the suite and club levels, so going to be up in the ritzy section of the ballpark anyway. And then of course going down in the clubhouse. So you won't really, unless you're, and even at in the concourse, you're covered, but you won't really be outdoors much.
I do want to say one thing, Stephen, before we go.
Yeah.
If I am there, I will be wearing my City Connect jersey. Everyone's going to get mad at me, but I have an explanation. I'll be wearing my number 15 jersey with my last name, Ramirez, on the back. And the reason I did that is because I didn't know what Hunter Goodman was at that time. And we didn't have a player that I wanted to get. So I just got my own name.
Don't let him see that.
I know. They're gonna be like, when did you join the team?
Adam, you might confuse people for a second and they think, what the hell?
They're going to think we got
Ramirez. When did he play for the Rockies?
I'm sorry in advance, but
who is this Ramirez from on the back of your jersey?
We didn't have anybody worth like getting on, at the time. I was like, I'm just gonna get my own name, and I don't know who's getting traded or what. So
that's why. Well, it's funny
all
because
of my Rockies jerseys are players that we don't have anymore.
Yeah,
exactly.
I could go in my Tolia jersey. The only one that's even remotely applicable would be if I wore my Charlie Blackmon jersey, and it's like a 2XL and hangs down to my knees, so probably not going to do it. But
it could work though for like the layers for Saturday. But yeah, like when you're talking about jerseys that you have that player that don't no longer play for the Rockies. I have a McMahon jersey, and I'm sure like you guys have seen it in the background. But yeah, man, like that's why I got the holiday jersey. I'm like, what if Doyle gets traded? And I did get a Doyle City Connect jersey when I was at Coors Field last year, but yeah, man. So if I do go, stay tuned for that. I'll definitely be shouting out to the whole world that I'll be coming, and we'll get those tables ready for autographs. So anyway, guys, we appreciate you. We really do, and we're looking forward to the season that is quickly upon us. We're only about a month away from spring training. And hey, hey, Adam, it's like Joker versus Melo. I mean, wearing number 15. Adam Ramirez, the new guy in town, wearing number 15 here.
Oh man, I did the same thing with my Broncos jersey because now Benito's an absolute stud.
Keep wearing 15. Keep wearing. Hey, 15 is a good look charm. And Hunter Goodman, he's our 15. So yeah. So anyways, as we wrap up, we appreciate you all. We have 56 people in here. Last week we had like 130, 140 people, which was awesome. But thank you all for watching and listening. Again, if you don't subscribe to us on YouTube, feel free to do so. We're closing in on, I believe, 200 subscribers already, which we're booming over there. So thank you all for that. Make sure you follow us and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. On behalf of myself, Adam, Tom, and Sarah, thank you so much for listening to this edition of the Rockies Now podcast. We'll talk to you next week when we get back from Rockies Fan Fest. As always, go Rockies.